Surfer.
What is going on, folks? We're back with another new movie review. This time, talking about Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. It's the prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. Yeah, man. Coming back. George Miller's coming back again. He kind of had a break in between Fury Road and this with was it 1,000 Years Longing? It's a pretty decent movie. I actually enjoyed it as much. And yeah, I told Sue this. I'm a little bit of a Mad Max mark a little bit because I like the simplicity of it. I know a lot of people see these movies as having some deep meaning. Maybe I'm dumb and I don't see it. I just see the movies for this simple stories that they're telling to me personally. But I don't know about you. I mean,
Nah,
what have been your feelings?
like, no, you're not alone in this. Like, when we went to the theater just to see this one, and I say this as not just with this movie, but the same thing I say about every movie. I really do not go to watch movies looking for the meaning of life or some kind of crazy message. I go to the movies to be entertained.
Yeah, and like I said, maybe somebody will do a video breaking it down, but I don't see it.
I'm pretty sure someone will. I mean, I'm pretty sure I might, you might see like an entire anthology breakdown of what every single Mad Max movie's hidden message or blatant message, is trying to tell you. But in my case, no. I mean, just from seeing this movie in theaters, number one, we got to see it and we got to experience this in IMAX, and I thought it was pretty dope. Off rip, I want to say Chris Hemsworth. I don't know who in Hollywood or at the studio told him that he was invited to that he was invited to a buffet because the scenery chewing was just.
I feel you have to do that, especially when you look at Mad Max as a franchise. The villains are always larger than life,
right?
We get what's his face? I keep forgetting his name. He was Bennett in Commando, and he was in the Road Warrior. I forgot his name, but like he was a larger than life character in the Road Warrior. You look at Immortus Joe in Fury Road, like he was this larger than life character with all these Nathan Jones as his dim-witted ass son and shit.
That was hilarious seeing Nathan Jones again pop up. I was like, I looked, I was like,
it Rictus Erectus or whatever the fuck his name is. Like
when I saw him, I was like, Nathan.
Yeah, and I mean, like him, the guy on the guitar that was playing the battle theme in Fury Road and shit. When they're like, it's that because it works for the scene because this is the post-apocalypse, after the nuclear fallout and stuff in Australia and probably the rest of the world. I don't know, but like you need these larger life characters to really get you engaged in this movie. And one of the things that stood out to me about this movie is that it kind of gave off vibes of the first Mad Max in the sense that, unlike Fury Road, where there was like a lot of action set pieces, and when it finally calmed down, it was because we got all these big action set pieces. Like I think back to the moment where they're in the little sand tornado shit in Fury Road, and then boom, it finally calms down, and then boom, we're back to action again. This movie, it does the opposite, where it's like it's more focused on the drama of seeing the origin of Furiosa and where she came from. And then when the action hits, you're engaged in the action, and then boom, we're back to the drama and stuff. And there was something that you brought up, and it ain't really a spoiler, but like there's a moment where Chris Hemsworth's character, who plays Dementus, he kind of just disappears for like 20, 30 minutes in the movie.
Oh no, I let it be known. Because like the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm going, okay, I see. We're seeing a whole lot of Chris in the first 20 minutes. After that, I'm like, bro, it's been about 35-40 minutes. Where's Chris?
And I mean, it's
not to take anything away from the other characters or the actors portraying them. No, nothing like that. It's just, bro, our main villain was here. Obvious main villain is here. Where'd he go?
And I mean, it's all
was he in between Marvel movies at the time?
No, it's all build up. I mean, this is not, like I said, we're not going to spoil anything. We definitely think you should definitely go see this movie. But it's definitely set up of just kind of focusing on the drama of Furiosa and her plight, especially how she basically what we see her as the badass person that we see her in Fury Road. Essentially, it's just the origin.
I'm gonna call it what this movie really was, especially after finishing it. Oh, this was a straight up revenge movie.
Oh yeah, it's revenge. It's prequel revenge flick.
Like it's like full on revenge story. And the other thing to point out is not only is this a revenge movie, but coming from Fury Road, when you see this movie, the VFX, it's a 50-50 for you. Like it's either gonna take you out or you're gonna be like, okay, I noticed this. I definitely noticed the VFX. Like when stuff happens, matter of fact, minute 1 of the movie, I noticed
the green place.
Like I noticed the VFX like off rip. Like there's a certain action that takes place, like with young Furiosa, and when I saw it, I said, "Oh, it's one of these movies."
Yeah, okay. and the thing of it is, it's like, and the thing of it is, like, you know, the thing that we all loved about Fury Road is that you could barely, I mean, obviously the most obvious special effects was like the big set pieces, like I said, the dust bowl tornado, obviously that's special effects, right? But like when you watch the rest of the movie and they're just driving around, it gave off its practical effects. And then when you look at the previs and stuff, it's like, oh, that was special effects? I didn't know, because it was very seamless in Fury Road. And in this one, because of the certain set pieces, you can see how it's a little bit obvious. Now, it didn't take me out, but it's definitely noticeable.
Yeah, didn't take me out either, but it was definitely put on.
The balance was off a little bit with the practical and CGI in terms of them trying to blend it together in a way, to me.
Yeah.
But what I also enjoyed about it was them really kind of breaking down sort of like the set pieces in terms of different places and how it functions in terms of this post-apocalyptic society of where they're getting gas from, where they're getting all the guns from. That was one of the things in Fury Road. I'm like, there's a lot of people with a lot of guns here, especially this, you know, and this movie answers that. Like, it's a lot of moving pieces at play here on how people are able to get a lot of resources. Also, I actually like that.
Also, in the spirit of me calling certain movies video games, this was definitely a video game, because
hella more video game than Fury Road to me.
Because, you know, each set piece looked like was definitely a location. There was like a total of about 3 or 4 locations.
About 4 locations.
And
5. See, I say 5, but the 5th one was more like a mouthpiece location.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm talking about from what we see on screen is like a total of at least like anywhere from 3 to 4 like locations. And in some cases, I thought, I wonder how much fast travel is going to be used in this.
I mean, it's 4 locations, and the rest is open desert of just hell.
Because, you know, like, because watching this movie, it just made me want to go back and play the Mad Max game.
I never played it. I heard people say it was actually not bad.
It's actually good.
Okay. I mean, look, I played a lot of Borderlands, so I figured it might be in that vein a little bit.
Well, you know, seeing how they go out into the wasteland and build up their own cars and put armor on it and weapons and all this stuff. I mean, it's the same thing as the Mad Max game.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, I think more than anything else, past just like the visuals and the set pieces and even the music and such, the acting is great. You mentioned Hemsworth as Dementus, like he's chewing scenery, but it works because he's large. He's the larger than life villain going up against Immortus Joe in a way and stuff. And that's Immortus Joe is also another larger than life character just from a visual standpoint too. But also just was it Anna Joy, Taylor Joy playing Furiosa? She's actually really good. She definitely has the same visual stylings that Charlize Theron had as Furiosa, and I thought that was pretty spot on casting, getting her and such. 'Cause I was kind of curious, like, if you're getting her to play Furiosa, I'm like, you could have just got Charlize Theron and.
No, they wanted to make sure that this was like way back.
Yeah, many years ago. But yeah, it definitely does. It kind of reminded me, I would say this is kind of like George Miller's version of kind of like how Rogue One Star Wars was, where it was like the prequel to the first, episode 4.
In a way, that's what this was.
And it works. Just like Rogue One, it works because the focus isn't on, well, how is this leading to Fury Road? The focus is on how did Furiosa become who she was, and it doesn't. You never feel like it interferes or negates what happened in Fury Road in terms of like, did they just walk back some stuff that happened in Fury Road? It's like, nah, everything still tracks.
Yeah, everything kept the same.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to really talk about this film without spoiling it, so we're not going to spoil it. We're pretty much going to got straight to the point on this.
I will like I'll say it off rip. Go experience this movie in IMAX.
Oh yeah, just like Fury Road, go see it in IMAX, like for sure. Like definitely go see this. Like I would say, I'm not going to be movie snob about it. Like whatever happened to the practical effects? It's like no, it's the purity of cinema. It's like no, this is a very standard quo movie, and I'm waiting to see more from Mad Max and these movies, because I feel the simplicity of these films lends itself to be able to just keep going, and it never negates the other. It's like you can keep doing whatever the fuck you want with these films and see it from another perspective. And
you can definitely do that.
Yeah, so definitely go theater, go see it, and yeah, I mean, you got anything else?
No, not really. Just this was a very enjoyable movie for me.
Yeah. It's also this is something else too. I saw some people went out because I had to haul ass out of the theater because I got there late, and then when I left out, I had a beeline back home and stuff. So I will say this: I saw some people were kind of confused a little bit because I think the expectations was they thought it was going to be Fury Road, where it was going to be action. Understand? Again, it's going back to the style of it is kind of going back to OG Mad Max, because I think a lot of people don't remember the first Mad Max movie. It was drama and it did have action in it. Don't get it twisted, but it was more so focused on the drama. And that also too was a very revenge focused movie, because Mad Max is gaining vengeance on his family getting killed. And it was that slow burn. And this movie is in that same vein. It's a slow burn getting to that revenge, and it pays off. I like it. So
yeah. I love a good revenge story. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. So that in mind, go see Furiosa, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.